Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is part two or three. I lost track of which part I actually will be naming this one, but so this is the one with the convertible tab problem that I finally was able to. Let me get the key. Find the at the end the actual issue with the convertible not being able to, to work. So for those that haven't seen the first two parts, let's say, or first part, at first we got the convertible tab fully open, and the customer brought it to us because obviously he couldn't close it. And at first I couldn't even move it. I mean, it was just barely moving up and down. The trunk lid, which this is what I'm open right now, it was even fully closed on one side, and that's why I couldn't open the trunk. Check, the pump, which is located right here. So at the end, again, I found that the issues was with the tubular left and right side uh, hydraulic cylinders that they're leaking. So we got the leak. Hopefully, the camera can see right here, and that comes from that right there, where it's really bright now. So I will be replacing those. In order to do that, I need to put the trunk into service mode, which is with the trunk release from these two 6 millimeter Allen 6 millimeter right here. You release that, and you need the help of somebody else to open this and then put the trunk into service mode. After that, I need to release the pressure on the hydraulic pump, which is on this 6 Allen wrench. While once I release the pressure, I can then move the pump, get the hoses out, and then replace those two cylinders. It doesn't seem too intricate. I mean, I already got the covers out. As you can see, it's a naked trunk. I got everything inside the car. Again, you can see still the car is still very wet from I just pulled it in. I just got the part, so I'm going to start working on this. I'm gonna get Ed to help me put the trunk into service mode, but I'm going to set the camera on a tripod so at least you guys can see that. It's gonna be a little hard to show you everything that I'm doing, but I will try my best. Okay. All right, I got a camera and a tripod. I already opened one of the boxes. OEM for those cylinders, they come, you cannot remove the hoses from here, so they gave you all the hoses with the side connection on the pump itself. So let me get one out of the bag so we can both see it a little better. So that's how it looks. Again, these are crimped here, so they put them in and they crimp it, so no way to remove it. And so yeah, we have oil in here, which is good sign. Perfect. Um, so that's it. So let me just wait for Ed because he's draining one car here next to me, so he can help me put this trunk into service mode. I'm just going to grab the Allen and release the two sides. Again, for a better look of what I'm doing right now, you can go either to part one or two. Again, I forgot the numbers. I haven't posted any of this, so that's why it's a little hard for me to say. Can you help me? Just remember, just grab it from the gray part, no fingers down, just like on the in the edge, and then slowly bring it up. That should stay right there. Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, so as you guys can see, it's very easy, very simple. So, like I said, I'm not sure how much you will be able to see. I cannot get the camera too close to get you a better look because I have to work myself. So we'll see how this part comes off. I think the most important it was actually the diagnosis replacement of this is it's not a rocket scientist thing to do. All right, so before I forgot, let's release the pressure. I just loosen them up and then I'm going to use by hand so you can feel the stop, because with the wrench you can definitely spin it more than what you want to do. and you will feel the force. Now it's fully open. I got oil in here. Obviously, I was, filling the pump up. I don't like this cannot be removed. I mean, it's a whole process to just remove this thing from here, so I'm not doing that. Hopefully, I was not too much in the way. Sometimes I forgot where the camera is located. So all I did now was just turn this 6 millimeter counterclockwise, 2 turns. Again, lose them up with the wrench, then use it by hand until I feel the stop. That now will leave the system with no pressure. Trying to see. It looks pretty simple. We got what it looks like a T30. I used to be very accurate with the measurements on sockets and everything. Well, I'm still good. All right, that was exactly a T30. The reason why you don't see much oil on this side, well, first of all, is because we got the CD changer in here, and also because I cleaned that to see if it was a hose or an actual uh, cylinder leaking. Trying to see where I can get the piston so it's not in my way, the lever. It's pretty simple. You can move it by hand. Let me see if a magnet will work here. Yes, it does. All right, so that now is completely released. One long, one short. That should sure did release the cylinder. Yes, I mean, believe me, it is completely wet. So now all I got to do is cut plastic wire ties. That's what the dealer used for secure all these lines. And I don't want to cut just all. I just want to cut the ones that I need to in order to release these hoses, right? Not sure how much you can see from there. Try to get you a little closer. Well, this will definitely will come this way. Just be careful when you're cutting the plastic wire ties that you don't, end up cutting one of the hoses because they're all plastic. There are two types of wire ties. One they have like the thick ones. They go through an anchor on on the body. I have exactly the same size, so I can put just new ones in there and reconnect everything as the way it was. Gotta get that 10 out of there. So there's a small clamp. One thing that I was surprised to see is that they use a metal clamp with no rubber or any protection. This one right here to hold these hoses. I mean, it's a hydraulic line, so that will have movement. And this is what I'm referring. It's just a metal. I mean, it's round, yes, but I don't know. I don't know why they would not cover it in plastic. All right, so I'm going to do one side and that's it. I'll stop the video because I mean it's going to be same thing as in the other side, and then we can. Yeah, what I'm thinking to do is probably leave the way all the hoses are routed. Get the pump on this side, disconnect the lines, and then just pull it. Like fish it out, and then just put the new ones in because for some reason they went There is a, I mean, it's going to be hard for me to show on the camera, but there are more hoses. It goes to the front, you know, so there is another two pistons in there. And then they make these lines go up like behind and then down like let's say, you know, we got a lumen here, they went here and on the top. So I cannot just pull this one because they're hooked. All right, so but I mean that's normal. One other thing, I don't know if I forgot to say or not. Make sure that the key is off, no ignition, and put the key at least 2 meters away, so like 7 feet away from the car. So there is no activations, even though we already have the pressure release. That is a safety, you know, procedure. Yeah, you guys are good in there. All right, so now I want to get into the pump, all 10 millimeters. Sorry if I'm too much in the way, but nothing really important going on, just fasteners. All right, that will give me enough slack in here, hopefully. Yeah, it seems like I'm going to have to remove the plate. There is two plates. How can I get this to move a lot better? How's that? Yep, that was my flashlight. Let me get a pick mat for there, because most definitely we're gonna have some fluid coming out. That looks like a 4 Allen holding all the lines. Plug that here too. These gloves are not the best for this, too thick. So just give me 1 second just to use latex. I always recommend everybody wear gloves for anything that you do on a car. Let's just rip up. I mean, as a customer, or you know, if you're working in your own car, you will not be exposed to chemicals that often. As mechanics, we do this every day. So you want to have oil in your skin that will eventually become cancer. So yeah, it might not hit one person, but what about if you're not that person? So again, safety always. Just trying to put extra soaking mats. I mean, it's metal. It's not really a problem in here. Let me get my goggles in case it squirrels fluid out. Which it shouldn't, because we release the pressure. But better safe than sorry. Trying to see. Let me get you guys a little differently so you can see what I'm doing. Hmm. I'm trying to unplug this line in here. This sorry, this connector in here. Yep. So we got the pump completely or electronically isolated. It's gonna be a little hard for me to know which lines are if I don't follow. Let me. Yeah, the goggles are getting foggy already. Let me follow the two lines. Right, this two, and then as this one. What can I put? It'll be so perfect if I can put them on the side because less fluid will come out. So as this one and yes again this one and this one. So yeah, all I gotta do is lose the plate, bring it down, pull the hoses out. 4 millimeters, Allen. Let me get a chair or something because that is a back killing position. And there is a right and a left as far as they show on the, when you order it. Let me see if they're having a different number. They do. All right, I got the request schematic. Yeah, number numbers in here. Sorry, I'm in a little far away from you. If it's something I really can show you as far as parts. Nope. Now let's get it out. So you guys can see what I'm doing. Don't you love sometimes the way dealer wrap the packages for you? It's like, I mean, enough wrapping paper. All right, so sometimes they put different numbers outside, but then the actual part number is the same. 823, nope, they're actually different. 1072 and 972. I don't think the old one will have those part numbers. I mean, that would be a miracle. Just looking in the part number, I mean the cylinder on the car. Yeah, no part number here. The hoses are number 93 and 33, which is nice. I don't think we're gonna have any of that here. Yeah, no, definitely no. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. 94. Oh, actually, they do. 94, 34. Huh. That would be most likely the way to see it. It's got to be 93, 33. Yes, it is. All right, so guys, hopefully you can see this. So 93, 33. So this is the one we're doing. That was very convenient. Let me relocate the camera. Sorry for that weird position. All right, so we're doing 93, 33. Yeah, I can feel now the hose is moving, all of them. And this is, we're next to a fire department station. Yeah, 9333. So again, just this one and this one. Make sure that you are careful with that position. Also careful that when you remove this plate, not all the hoses comes out. Um, let's see how that goes. And I think this is the perfect position for doing what I'm doing. Because the hoses are not stressed. All the oil is now down side, since the compressor is, or not the compressor, the pump is sideways. Um, Gotta get a tray to put these bolts. Only have big ones left. Yeah, guess I'm gonna have to use this extra size tray. Let's also entangle this. Want to make sure that we're almost ready to install the new one. Kind of in the position. Just gonna hoses are phasing up. Just careful with that too. And you want to do this first because as soon as you got that um, hose hooked up, you're gonna have minimum slack to move it. So this is the time. Let me put the long fastener on the back of that cylinder just to keep it in place. Then I get you guys on the capture. I'm finding the position. Okay, just snug it a little bit because I got it hooked up and everything, but no, it's what it should be. And as far as position, yeah, everything will be fine like that. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you want to make sure hoses are close to where they need to go. All right, that looks pretty good. This is 33, and we got 90. No, this is, yeah, 93 is the first one. All right, so let's get all the little things out. And I would recommend to go slowly. As far as the hoses are moving and the piston is released, I know that it is absolutely no pressure in here because otherwise this piston will be forced in and I can, push it with my fingers. So that's a good sign. Hold here, just in case it tries to pop out. Get a magnet. All right, now we will move that plate this way, and then we need to get the 33 out. That's it. I mean the 93. since that one is full of oil. So let's try to get it in there so we don't lose that clean new oil that is in there. Now 33. Okay, where is the 33? And we can put 33 where it goes. Just make sure that is on the right position also. Again, once you do that, there's no way back. All right, so I will now recommend that we can just put maybe one of the bolts on this plate. Looks like this hose is a little out. Yep. I just want to. I mean, this is the same side that I need to remove for the other um, piston, but I want to put this too, so none of the hoses are popping out or getting lost in position. Not sure if we want that there or here. I think that's gonna be okay. So the plate cannot move and end up, having a mess of lines in here. All right, now we got that one completely off the car. You can pull these lines. I mean, who decided to do that like that? You're putting plastic wire ties. Well, you need to tangle it. So, weird decision, but well, it's not really so bad. All right, guys, we have the one out. All right, we got the one out. Hopefully you can see, I mean, it's definitely wet in here. And I mean, you see the mess of oil we have there. So now I'm going to put the plastic wire ties, secure those lines in there, do this side, and then I will bring you guys back into the repair. All right, guys, I'm pretty much done removing the other side. I already connect the hoses in here. I'm going to show you there's a conduit that you need to just, move the flaps up, and then you can get the hoses where they go. I'm going just to fish out the old ones. Let me get it, because obviously that tip being 90 degrees is going to try to hook, and we don't want to disturb too much the layout. So the less you need to pull, the best out of like the loom, right? Let's get one out. I already had the new one hooked up in position, so this one is ready to go out. And yes, is hopefully you guys can see the oil in here. So yeah, both cylinders leaking a lot. I mean, a lot for what the system is, right? That black is just start from this. This is a sound dampening patch. All manufacturers use it. Reduce road noise and vibrations. Trying to clean, a little bit that. It's very hard to get everything out of there. But so now I can put another plastic wire tie here just to secure the aluminum lines together. The other side is completely done. These plastic wire ties are just to, route the lines, not to like, don't pull the plastic wire tie too tight. All right, so let me put this where it goes in here because we're pretty much done. This is just a conduit in there. It holds these hoses and some of the harness of the vehicle, the rear electronics. I think now we can get rid of this mat too. No leaks. You saw the mat was completely dry, which is perfect too. Uh, all right, guys, you gotta believe me. And position here. I didn't close the last one just because I want to position the pump in place. All right. Now we can connect and close this one down. Perfect. I can connect. I'm just, reconnecting the electronics in here. And now I have to put the last bolt, the long one, on that side. I don't need this in here no more. Perfect. Yeah, it is in place. Seems like the piston was full because as soon as I opened those little lines, the plugs on the lines on the new cylinders, they were dripping oil, which is a good sign. All right. Now I'm gonna need. Let me relocate you guys. I can now shut the trunk. And for this, let me back up the camera a little bit so you can see that that can actually be done by one person only. Just being careful. Just one last look. Actually, let me put the nuts on the pump with this open. Might be a lot easier to do. Even though that stays on the sides. So I'm just putting the 10mm nuts in here. Okay, let's get the trunk down. Seems like this piston is not in the correct side. That one is. Yeah, this one wasn't. And now it is. Well, let me get the 6 millimeter. Yeah. Okay. And now we can close the valve in here again. First by hand till you feel it's a stop. And I just snug it a little bit with the ratchet. I mean, don't go gorilla. The next thing is we need to open the pump. I'm gonna put a little extra oil in there. That's a 4 millimeter Allen wrench. And here's the plug. Oh, sorry, you guys are not looking. I always try to go too fast. Yeah, you guys can see something in there. All right, so the plug in the back, that's the one you want to use to fill the pump. As far as it is right now, it's not that low. Before it was almost empty when the car came, obviously with those leaks. I'm going to show you how I do it. I mean, you can get a little spray bottle, kind of like almost with a needle tip, and fill that up. I just put my 2 fingers here and I swirl just a little tiny bit. See, I'm sealing the oil completely so I can make drips in a very fine line if I want to, so I can really control the amount of fluid that I'm, putting in there. Yeah, you're gonna drip a little bit outside, not a big deal. That's what I got drags in here. It's just superficial there, so it's not like, like nothing is going anywhere. And the level is in between these two dots. You got like a two triangles. The level has to be in the middle of that. Yeah, we gotta wait for that to bubble out. So that's what I'm going to do, and then activate the convertible tab back and forth, recheck the fluid, and that should be it. So I'll show you while I'm opening and closing the hardtop in a second. All right, guys. Things that you need to do, I already seal it up in there. I put them to the lower level. It's, since now as everything sealed, it's very hard to fill it up. You need to make sure at least this is shut and you have the right side, the right side on, because that has a switch that it will, tell the convertible top that this is closed, because otherwise it will hit the convertible, etc. Right? So, okay, make sure that we can shut the trunk. Nothing, nope, everything is good. Okay, now let me get the car key. I always recommend to do the process with the engine running, so you get a lot of better, a lot of more use to do what you need to do. All right, here we go. You gotta wait for the windows to really, that's when it's shut, and it tells you convertible retractable roof open. So that's good. And very important always that this is shut, evenly. The flaps are even, both sides. That's how you know that it's fully closed. All right, so let me open it up now or close it. I don't know how you, well, fully open, fully closed, right? All right, here we go. Hopefully you saw those flaps retracting on the trunk lead. And again, the indication that everything is done is your windows will like when the sun, sorry, the convertible is operating, they will stay like maybe like an inch down, and then when it's done, it will shut all down, and then will tell you on the cluster, so, convertible roof or roof close. All right, so that's it, guys. I'm going to just keep checking the oil, make sure it's in the right level, but this is it. Putting, all the plastic together that I got in the front of the car, but hopefully uh, you like this repair and it can help somebody else too. Let me do again the closure for the video. Again, thank you so much for visiting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. I always try to get good content. I'm not, the guy that put, many repair for brakes or suspension. I think that, I mean, it is sometimes necessary for people to learn that. I'm looking forward to help other techs and learn on, high-end vehicles and electronics and diagnostics. That's what I like to do. So that's what I like to share too. All right, see you next time. Thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.